All right, welcome everyone to a ZBrush quick tip. My name is Brandon Holt, and we are just going to go ahead and jump right into this. Let's say you'd like to use polygroups to organize different parts of your model. As we can see right now, this model is only made up of one single polygroup, and that is shown by the color yellow. We can use a selection tool, either the selection rectangle or the selection lasso, to create a selection of our polygons and then turn that into a separate polygroup. We can use our selection tool by holding down Shift and Control. And you'll notice that by default, the selection rectangle shows up in the top left corner. If we click on the selection rectangle and then select our select lasso, this will give us a little bit more flexibility when we go to create our own selection. Now I want to isolate this, the two front legs and turn them into a separate polygroup. I'm going to hold down Shift and Control and make a selection of the front leg here. And you'll notice that I have symmetry turned on, so I have selected both right and left front leg. And now I would like to remove part of the chest here. I can do that by holding down Shift, Control, Option. And now we just have the legs selected. I would like to group the parts of the mesh that are visible. So I'm going to go over to our Polygroups subpalette on the right. I'm going to click that and select Group Visible. And now you'll see that we have a purple polygroup for the front legs. And I can just do Shift and Control and click out in the open to bring back the rest of our mesh to show that we have two separate polygroups here. And if we zoom in and we kind of analyze our selection a little closer, we'll see that it's kind of jagged and it's not really that organized as much as we'd like. So what you can do is you can smooth out the transition between these two polygroups. And by default, if you hold down Shift, the smooth brush will be activated. And if we just go around and try to smooth around the area a little bit, you'll notice that it's just smoothing the topology. It's not really affecting the polygroup so much. There's a little secret that is called the Smooth Groups brush, and that's located within the lightbox. So I'm going to go back a little bit to just kind of back up from where I started, and I'm going to go into our lightbox. I'm going to select our brushes from the top menu here. I'm going to go over to our smooth brushes, double click, and I'm going to locate the smooth groups brush. And now every time I hold Shift, the smooth groups brush is going to be activated instead of our regular smooth brush. And we can change that by going up into our brush options here and just selecting our smooth brush. And that will bring it back up by default. But what's great about this, our smooth groups brush, is we can just go around the border of our polygroups and smooth out that transition. And this is a really handy tool for when we go to use something like ZRemesher later, and we keep our groups, and it will also create a nice a little loop there, and it will keep our topology looking really nice. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching.
Hey, I'm Carrie Carlson. I'm an artist from Orland Park, Illinois, and I'm a printmaker. So today we're going to talk through the steps of making a linoleum block print. So the blocks start off just smooth like this. It's a composite surface. I like to get the ones that have the particle board wood stuff underneath because I'm super messy always, and so it helps me to stay cleaner when I'm printing. But you take a block like this and you put your drawing on here. There's lots of ways to do that. I usually just draw directly with a pencil on the block. And once you've got your drawing done, then you carve out anywhere you want the paper to show through. So you're making a giant stamp. So using these different carving tools, and there's lots of varieties out there with different tips from really narrow to big, wide gouges and chisels, and you just carve out through and around your drawing. So wherever you carve, ink won't go and you'll see the paper through it. Once you've got it all carved and you're ready for the printing process, you roll out this ink. I use oil-based ink pretty exclusively, and you roll it out really thin using this tool called a brayer, which is like a small rubber paint roller. And so you get it evenly covered with ink, and then the fun part, you're going to ink in long, smooth strokes. We are ready to print. The paper's been prepped by soaking in water for, I don't know, about 20 minutes, and then I towel dried it so it's damp consistently all the way through and soft but not drippy. And then we're going to put it on top of the block. We're going to put these big felts over the top, slide it closer to the press bed, raise it up, and then I'm going to keep my hand here to push it a little bit. Lower the bed, bring it out, and the best part is the reveal. So here is the first print of the Oak Savannah. So then this will go on some press boards, and it takes a couple days to dry because it's oil-based ink, but the press boards help to keep it flat so it doesn't buckle while the paper's drying. If you've printed with oil-based inks, once the print is dry, you can paint them with watercolor. It's really fun to paint these prints once they're dry, and each one's a little unique. It's fun to try out different color combinations, just different emphasis. I really enjoy this part of the process so much. Thank you very much for watching this little video, and hope you have a really great day. Stay safe.